Libra, welcome back to the channel. Monica Louv here at the Love Messages. So today we're going to be doing your reading for the first 2 weeks of February. Now this is going to be a general reading, so it may resonate with you, it may not. If it does resonate with you, there will be a link in the description box for the extended. Now, the extendeds on the channel are changing. I am doing general extended readings. So if you are interested in that, there will be a link to the original reading as well as the extended, okay? And in this reading, I'm going to be taking a look at past, present, and future for you. I'm going to clarify the cards and pull some advice. Okay, so your challenge for the first 2 weeks of February is the Eight of Wands. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Seven of Wands upright, okay? So for you, Libra, your biggest challenge here for the first 2 weeks in the month of February is the Eight of Wands. Now, the Eight of Wands is typically talking about communication. It's talking about fast movement. It's talking about action. Could also be talking about a fire sign. I'm getting a Leo energy here. This could be, you know, your rising sign, or it could be a sun sign that you have, moon sign. Either way, okay, that's your challenge. And we're going to see why it's your challenge when we clarify it for you in a moment. Now, in the recent past, Libra, you have the Three of Cups, you have the Hangman, and you have the Six of Swords. So in the recent past, I do strongly feel like there was an on and off energy between you and a specific person that you were dating. I do feel that at one point there was a reconciliation, and then, you know, you disconnected from this person, and then, you know, it was an on and off energy. The time period that you spent disconnected from this person, you believed that it was going to bring some form of change. And it may have not, because there was a lot of waiting here, right? There was a lot of waiting, you know. When are things going to change? When are things going to get better? You know, I've been waiting. That's the energy that I feel happened to you in the past. We're going to find out more about this when we clarify. In the present moment, you have the King of Wands, you have the High Priestess, and you have the Eight of Cups. So in the present moment, I do strongly feel for many of you, there's definitely something here about intuitively feeling it's time to disconnect from something. And for some reason, February is a very interesting month because the common theme for literally everybody is disconnecting emotionally from certain behaviors, certain people, certain relationships in order to move towards the things that are more fulfilling. So for many of you, it looks like you're disconnecting from a Pisces. I'm getting a Leo, a Sagittarius, or an Aries. Some of you have already done this, but others of you haven't completely done this yet, and you're in the process of doing that, okay? And I don't know why I'm getting this, Libra, but for you, there's something here about, you know, enough is enough. I've done this too many times. I've been through this too many times, and it's time for me to walk away. We're going to find out more about why this is showing up for you and what you need to know in a moment. In the near future, you have the Ace of Swords, you have the Sun, and you have the Knight of Wands. So it looks like for you in the near future, there's going to be a very strong energy here of clarity. It's like, wow, this is clear to me. Wow, I'm aware of this now. And I think the clarity that you receive in the near future is clarity that comes in that makes you extremely happy, right? There's this energy of, I'm extremely happy because now I know the truth. Now I see something for what it is. There's no more lying. There's no more cheating. There's no more stealing from me because I'm aware of what's going on. There's no more hiding. So if someone was hiding from you, which it looks like a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, you're seeing someone for who they are. Some of you are going to find out that someone here is just a player. They don't know what they really want. They're just in and out, on and off with you. And I think one of the things that you may or may not see is after this breakup or after this tower moment that many of you are either currently going through or that you will be going through, because that's what's coming in for you. You know, something here, like I said, doesn't satisfy you anymore. It just doesn't give you that energy anymore. And it looks like for many of you, you're setting boundaries. You're like, I just want to be alone. You know, I want to focus on myself. And that's when this new love comes in for you. Okay. The new love is coming, but first you need to clear the room. You need to clear the area of people who are just playing with you. I'm getting a playing energy here, which really isn't healthy. Okay. So we're going to talk about that. Let's get into your reading. Let's see what's going on for you. Let's clarify your challenge. Okay, so the Eight of Wands is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. You have the Seven of Wands and the Six of Swords. Your biggest challenge here, okay, for the first 2 weeks of February, okay, and it's a really important challenge for you because a lot of you want this. A lot of you want to overcome this challenge. Your biggest challenge here has a lot to do with identifying what you need to move away from. What do you need to disconnect from? What is not serving you anymore? Is it conflict? Is it power struggles? Is it people abusing you? Is it people taking advantage of you? Is it people saying one thing but doing something else here? There's a huge change that's coming in for you, and I feel like this change started in January. Even though this is a February read, it's like the change that you're going through, there's an aftermath. It's like, you know, when something crumbles and there's debris and there's, you know, it's kind of like a big mess, but it's actually showing you, hey, at least I got through this. At least I'm clearing the way for my success, because what you are doing, which is challenging for you, is letting people know, you know what? I'm setting boundaries. I'm busy. I have stuff to do. I'm not available to everybody. Right? You know how you're always available to everybody? You want to help everybody. You want to do this. You want to do that. You want everyone to like you. Well, the reality is that's not practical. That's the reality. Okay? Let's be honest with ourselves. And that's why a lot of you are disconnecting mentally from people or certain situations. And it's been difficult for you because I don't think you're the type of person, Libra, just to disconnect from someone. I think you let people know what you're doing. It's like, hey, I'm doing this. Hey, I'm doing that. And this is the reason why. And I think the more you realize that that's something that is a challenge for you, but something that's healthy for you, the more you're going to see these opportunities come in. Because a lot of you are saying, well, where's my opportunities? Where is my new love? Where is, and even if you're already in love, you know, where are my financial opportunities? Where are my opportunities? Why aren't they coming in? Well, they're not coming in because you're too busy helping everybody. Okay. You're too busy doing everything and it's overwhelming you. And when you don't give enough to someone and they go off and they cheat or they lie or they're not honest with you, then, you know, it starts to become clear to you that you should have left anyways. Okay, so it's a catch-22 here. So your biggest challenge here is to communicate how you feel about certain situations, and don't feel bad because you're not available to everybody. The more you're available to everybody, the less you're going to see the opportunities that are actually meant for you come in. And I think this is a big part of your challenge that you're facing in the first 2 weeks of February, okay? All right, let's talk about the recent past. Let's clarify the Six of Swords. All right, Six of Swords is clarified by, you have the Five of Cups, you have the King of Pentacles, and you have the Ace of Wands. So for you in the recent past, I do strongly feel that you wanted to have a new beginning. A lot of you experienced a third party, or you experienced somebody here who took advantage of you, or something here didn't work out the way that you wanted it to. And when it didn't work out the way that you wanted it to in the past, you said, you know what? The only person that I have is myself. I only have myself. I only have the things that I value within myself that are available to me to make my life better. And I think even though you are a sign that's very hardworking, driven, you're about partnerships, for many of you, there was this possibility in the past where a relationship, partnership, collaboration started to become difficult for you. And because it started to become difficult for you, many of you said, you know what, no matter how much I try to make this relationship work, because it was a relationship you were involved in. Again, relationship can be platonic, it can be romantic, just apply it to your situation. Some of you, this is a business partnership. You tried to make a business partnership work here in the past, and when it didn't work the way that you wanted it to, it ended very badly. But for many of you, you already knew it was time for you to disconnect. So here's what the issue was in the past. A lot of you, how do I say this nicely? I don't want to be mean, but it's like a lot of time was wasted in the past. Even though you knew something here wasn't for you and it wasn't healthy, you still tried to work on it. You still tried to make something here better, okay? With a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. I'm also getting a Capricorn, a Virgo, a Pisces here, maybe a Gemini, Cancer. I'm getting literally all signs here. I'm getting Aquarius as well, Sagittarius. Sign doesn't really matter, okay? What is important is the message. So a lot of you were really upset here in the past or disappointed because as much as you wanted to have a new beginning with someone who wasn't really honest with you, somebody who was constantly making you wait, somebody who didn't take you seriously, it didn't happen the way that you wanted it to. And you may have came to some sort of realization here in the past, Libra, that, you know what, this person doesn't appreciate me. They don't appreciate me even being here. They don't even appreciate me bringing the value. And this is the problem, you know, today. A lot of people don't appreciate the things that other people do for them, and they end up taking it for granted. And this is why a lot of people, you know, end up missing out or losing out on opportunities. And I think now that you're aware of this situation, a lot of you are saying to yourself, you know, I'm not going to waste my time catering to certain people if they're not going to appreciate me. And this is why you've missed so many opportunities, because instead of focusing on what's truly important to you, whatever that may be, you've been focusing on something that just really doesn't matter anymore. And that's what happened to you in the past. Okay, it's a very specific message, not going to resonate with all of you, but that's what I'm seeing, okay? Now, in the present moment, you are finally, you're finally walking away from things that are not emotionally fulfilling you. I think this last full moon in Leo that happened really affected all of us. With the South Node in Libra currently in Western astrology, a lot of your old patterns and behaviors that you've been used to doing, you're looking at yourself and you're saying, you know what, I shouldn't do that. Or, you know, I can be a little bit better, or I can change my ways. And I think intuitively you're getting this message. Let's clarify all these cards and see what's going on for you. Okay, so in the present moment, the Eight of Cups is clarified by the Death, the Four of Swords, and the Justice. So you're done with something in the present moment. And whatever it is that you're done with it because you've realized, Libra, how important your health is, how important your ability to rest, to heal, to truly get back to this place of being in balance. Because there's something in the present moment that you're walking away from. Why are you walking away from it? You're walking away from it because you know that it needs to transform or change. But not only that, you're also walking away from the situation because you're tired of being out of balance. There's something here about you feeling out of balance, either feeling overtired, overworked, underappreciated, taken advantage of, lied to, cheated on, all these negative emotions that have been creating this imbalance within you. You're choosing to walk away and you're like, no, I don't want this anymore. And it's been a choice or a decision because a lot of you, not going to resonate with all of you, but there's a specific message here. Some of you have decided to stay involved in a situation that doesn't satisfy you because you believed at one point it was going to get better. But in the present moment, that's changed. And a lot of you have said to yourself, you know what? This does not benefit me. Should I have a new beginning? Is it safe for me to have a new beginning? Will this new beginning benefit me? And a lot of you have been worried about that. You want answers as to whether or not you should walk away from someone. And if you already have walked away from someone, you've made the conscious decision to have a new beginning, but you're worried about the new beginning. And for many of you, there is some sort of reassurance here that the longer you stay connected to something that, yes, on paper it looks good, but in reality it doesn't, you're only cheating yourself from your true abundance. Because here's the issue, okay? When we stick around and in connection to things that are toxic and not healthy for us, yes, there is some sort of comfort there because we're used to that. But who is to say that there isn't bigger or better opportunities that are coming in for you? You're never going to know unless you take that risk, unless you step outside of that comfort zone that you're so accustomed to. And I think that's what's happening for you in the present moment, because whoever this person is that you keep fighting with, arguing with, and having conflict with, this fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, maybe a Taurus or a Capricorn, yes, there's a lot of money there. Yes, there's a lot of abundance. Yes, there's a lot of security, but then there's also this stress and conflict and bickering and arguing. And it's like, do you want to live in that type of environment? I think the answer is no. And this is what your challenge is about. Your challenge is about communicating about how you feel, not bottling it up inside and saying, oh, it's going to pass, everything's going to be fine. No, this is about saying, look, this is what I need and want out of this relationship or out of this situation. And if you're not going to give me that, then I have confidence enough in myself, and this is you talking to yourself. I have enough confidence in myself to know that there's something bigger and better out there for me, because I'm not going to sit here wasting my time with something that is not, with something that's, only giving me a fraction of what I deserve. So this is what's happening in the present moment for many of you. Okay. All right. So in the near future, like I said, something for you, Libra, becomes extremely clear. It's like, oh, this is clear now. Oh, okay. This makes sense for me now. So there's definitely something here that brings light to your life, but it also brings clarity. So let's talk about that and let's see. There is someone here, look at the suns at the bottom of the deck. So a lot of you are becoming enlightened from this reading in terms of what direction is coming in for you. So let's see what's happening for Libra in the near future. Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So for many of you, a lot of you are going to be able to find stability with someone from the past. Okay, if things have been rocky, things are going to start to ease off a little bit in the near future. This person, this fire sign, I keep getting a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I'm getting a Pisces here, a Scorpio. For many of you, there will be an apology. Okay, there will be an apology, and I think the apology that's coming in has a lot to do with someone who has kept their options open, somebody who's treated you like an option. And I think a lot of you, in the near future, the behavior and actions of this person and how they've treated you is really going to start coming to light. And for many of you, you're going to see something for what it is. And it's actually going to bring you a lot of happiness, because instead of being in the dark and being unaware of what's going on, it starts to become very clear that your new direction has a lot to do with you going within and focusing on yourself and focusing on what's going to make you happy. And I think this is why the South Node is in your sign, because it's really helping you to eliminate certain behaviors that you started to do for quite some time within your relationship. And I see a lot of success coming in for you in the near future because of this clarity, because you're finally clear on this situation. You're like, you know what? I don't have anything to lose. I'm ready to move into this new direction. I've thought about this. And what's important to me is my success, because your success is something that makes you feel grounded, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying, I love to work. I love to put my energy into creating. And you are Venus, right? Venus is the creator of the universe. She is the mother of the universe. And for many of you, I think the more you focus on what makes you happy rather than what doesn't make you happy, the more you're going to get closer to that love that you're trying to attract. Because for years now, some of you have said, I'm single. I've been single for so long. Well, you've been single for so long because you're focused on what doesn't matter. You're focused on people and situations that either don't respect you or don't really give you the reciprocation that you deserve back. And you have to be able and willing to say to yourself, this is enough. I've had enough of this. I've tried to make it work with you. There's a lack of cooperation. Now I need to set boundaries. And this is what many of you are doing after a tower moment. And it's leaving you in this place of feeling depressed and alone. But while you're in this place of sadness, contemplation, self-reflection, and you get back to yourself, because you need to get back into balance, that's when this new love comes in. So it's a process for you, and it's been a process for you for quite some time. And I know the message has really been the same for a couple of months for you, but this really needs to get into your head to get it, okay? And I'm saying that with all due respect to all my viewers. You all know I don't come here to sugarcoat. I'm very straight up. And, you know, some of you are going to like me, some of you aren't, but I can only be myself here. You know, I can't pretend to be something I'm not. All right. So let's get some advice for you. What's the advice? Wow, I just got a download for you. I just heard, don't let something ruin your success. Don't let something block your abundance. Don't let someone or something block your opportunities. And that's exactly what your advice is here. Wow, Libra, check this out. You have the Ace of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and you have the Nine of Swords. Your biggest piece of advice here, okay, very important. Your biggest piece of advice here is to recognize when it's time to be open to new opportunities. In the first 2 weeks of February, there's huge opportunities there for you to make more money, to be recognized, for you to meet love, new love, if that's what you want, or even to have a good time in your life, whatever it is that you want. Stop worrying. Stop allowing yourself to overthink and worry. Allow yourself, and this is what I mentioned in your last reading, go with the flow. Just allow something to naturally come to you. And this is your biggest challenge, because for many of you, you're always doing, going, doing this, doing that, doing this. But when are you going to have time to truly recognize opportunities that come into your life if you're constantly busy? When are you going to see those opportunities? Are you ever going to see them? Probably not if you're really busy and worried all the time that it's not going to happen. The Wheel of Fortune is something that is completely out of our control. It's something that naturally happens for us. And that's your biggest piece of advice. Allow life to come to you this time. Allow an opportunity to show up for you, and don't be so attached to it. Just allow it to come to you because you believe you deserve that moving forward, okay? So Libra, this is what I have for you. I hope this reading helped. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.